This is KGW News at 11.
We begin tonight in Skamania County, where people are returning home after being evacuated due to a wildfire that started near Carson. Thanks for joining us. I'm Blair Best. That fire was reported a little before 5 o'clock tonight, just a few miles north of Carson off Wind River Highway near Bear Creek Road. Here's Kale Williams with the latest.
Some scary moments out in the gorge today after a small fire broke out north of the town of Carson on the Washington side of the Columbia River Gorge. Officials first reported the fire around 4:45 p.m. and crews from around the area responded with trucks, bulldozers, and at least 3 helicopters. Level 3 go-now evacuation orders were issued for homes on Bear Creek Road, but an aggressive attack from firefighters helped stop the fire from spreading. By about 7:30 p.m., evacuation levels were reduced and the crew shifted into monitoring mode with just about 5 acres burned. Few other details about the fire were immediately available, and the cause was still under investigation. Kale Williams, KGW News.
In Clackamas County, a Level 1 Be Ready evacuation is in effect southeast of Estacada for the 224 fire. It started late this afternoon in a rural area off Highway 224. Here's what it looked like from our Wells Fargo Skycam in downtown Portland around 5:30 tonight. KGW viewer Janet Whitney captured this video of a firefighting plane landing on North Fork Reservoir to dump water on the fire. Clackamas Fire says it burned about 20 acres. The Be Ready notice is for people at the Clackamas River RV Park, Promontory Park Campground, Southeast Michaels Road, and portions of Southeast Fall Creek and Tamala Mountain Roads. And within the Portland city limits, a plume of smoke was spotted in the direction of North Portland around 6:45 this evening. Portland Fire tells us a grass fire started just off North Portland Road near the railroad overpasses and was burning near a pile of tires. They had to call in a water tanker due to low water pressure, but they put it out in less than an hour. There's no word yet on the cause. Well, let's bring in meteorologist Joe Ranieri. And Joe, are we going to see a break from this heat anytime soon?
We are, for one day, Blair. Again, this is almost a third day in a row with temperatures close to 90. It was 96 yesterday. Today we topped out at 92 and very dry out there. And we're going to be getting much in terms of relief for the rainfall. We'll get maybe a little bit of some pockets of some sprinkles and drizzle throughout parts of the metro area tomorrow. But along the coast, you can be seeing a little bit of some heavier showers. You're not still going to be seeing much in terms of rainfall amounts. But right now, the gusts are relatively light, although I just looked about right before we went on, and we're seeing gusts near 20 miles an hour throughout parts of Portland. Of course, the real gusts are over in Pendleton and throughout the east side of the state with that red flag warning. Gusts are going to continue to be a big factor out there the next couple of days, especially tomorrow. Gusts anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour. That's going to be the case throughout parts of Hood River and throughout the Cascades. Temperature-wise, yeah, it's still pretty warm out there on this Sunday night. Temperatures down in Sherwood are still close to 70 degrees at 69 degrees. Boring is at 67 degrees. And along the east side of the state, Pendleton, you're still looking at a temperature of 82. That is one location. Not only is the fire danger high because of how dry and windy it is, but it's also going to be pretty hot out there heading into tomorrow. Right now, we're looking at temperatures in the upper 60s as we take a live look toward downtown Portland with clear skies. And the fire danger will basically be remaining high over the next couple of days up and down the I-5 corridor, but no watches and warnings in place. All the heat advisories have expired throughout the central and eastern side of the state, but again, the red flag warning will remain in place near Pendleton and the Dalles and throughout a good portion of I-84 heading into tomorrow. We also have that fire danger down in southern Oregon near Medford. Highs today, we're in the low 90s, 92 basically throughout many locations. Over in Vancouver, Portland, and Aurora, you saw temperatures in the low 90s as well. Along the Oregon coast, temperatures were closer to the upper 60s to low 70s. And heading into tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit of a relief for some of us who are kind of tired of that heat over the last couple of days. But we'll start to see our temperatures warm up again by the later part of this week. I'll have the details on that coming up. All
right, Joe, thanks so much. New information tonight on the woman who was stabbed to death in Gresham. We first told you about this at 5. It happened around 7 this morning inside a residential care facility on Northeast 165th Avenue. Gresham police now confirm that the woman was an employee of that facility. 59-year-old James Smith of Gresham was arrested and booked in the Multnomah County Jail on suspicion of second-degree murder. The victim's name has not been released. And in Milwaukee, one home was destroyed and another damaged in an overnight fire there. Around 10 last night, Clackamas and Portland Fire responded to a home on Southeast Harrison Street, just off Highway 224. Flames were spreading to nearby trees and the home next door. Thankfully, though, everyone got out safely. Police are now looking for people who neighbors say were near the fire when it started, as they continue to investigate the cause. Well, a stretch of Cannon Beach has been closed for most of the day after a cougar was spotted on Haystack Rock this morning. Ashley Grams talked with the man who first saw the mountain lion.
Oregon is known for miles of beautiful coastline, and one photographer headed out early in the morning to capture it.
I went over to the beach just to photograph some puffins.
He expected to see some birds. What his lens saw was a different kind of animal altogether.
While looking there, it just happened that I saw the cougar.
You heard that right, a cougar climbing around on Haystack Rock in Cannon Beach.
My dad says he photographed a cougar. I'm like, huh?
He quickly warned a family walking near the rock, and word spread.
It's unique to us. Nobody was ever aware of this happening.
The Cannon Beach Police Department closed the beach near Haystack Rock to protect both the cougar and any beachgoers. City officials tell us they want this cougar to leave on its own. They're hoping that under the cover of darkness, tonight the cougar will walk off the rock out into the dunes on its own.
There's about a 2,000-foot wide corridor that the animal can use anytime they decide to.
In the meantime, people of all ages
Nice, cool, awesome.
make their way out to the sand,
And he just kind of looked around and turned his head, and then he just kind of disappeared.
trying to catch a glimpse of the cat on the rock. Reporting from Cannon Beach, I'm Ashley Grams, KGW News.
Well, now to a traffic alert many have been dreading. The Lewis Clark Bridge closed at 8 o'clock tonight, and it will stay that way for the next 8 days. The bridge carries an average of 20,000 vehicles a day between Rainier and Longview, and it's the only bridge across the Columbia between I-5 in Portland and US 101 in Astoria. So why does such an important bridge have to close? Well, crews need to replace 2 finger joints and a fractured floor beam. While it is an inconvenience, it's all to extend the life of the 93-year-old bridge.
It's important for the bridge to move and be flexible. And part of that process is replacing those finger joints. So the floor beam, the fracture we encountered, is a direct result of that lack of movement. So it's really imperative that we do this critical work.
Emergency vehicles, bikes, and pedestrians will be allowed to cross during the closure. There's also a ferry, but it has limited capacity. Otherwise, you'll have to make the long detour through Astoria or Portland to get across. Well, that is the festive scene in downtown Portland this afternoon for the annual Portland Pride Parade. Tens of thousands of people watched more than 100 floats go by along the waterfront. And as Thomas Schultz reports, the parade was more than just a celebration of pride.
Families we spoke with say this parade is the best way to celebrate pride every year. Some come back year after year. For others, it's their first time, but they plan to carry the tradition over to the next generation. Over time, it becomes more difficult to see family. Some choose Thanksgiving or Christmas to bundle up inside and spend time with those closest to them. Others choose warm, sunny days in the middle of July.
It's like a huge family reunion that happens here at the parade.
Not just community, family, spent with people closest to them. Yeah, we're here every year. Ryan Talaski Brown and his husband David have been married a while.
2018, I think.
Their wedding ordained by Jamie, who married her wife in February. Their wedding was officiated by David and Ryan.
Jamie and Rachel are like family.
As time goes on, families grow. And in big families, it can feel like there's always a new relative to get to know.
A lot of families, a lot of toddlers. It feels like we're getting older.
Rachel and Jamie have been going to Pride events for 25 years. A lot's changed during that time.
When we first started going to Pride 25, 30 years ago, the police were not on our side. It's great to see the police actually marching with us and being there as part of our community now.
Not just marching, riding along too.
Everyone can be in it.
Lawson Elkins is here with family friends. She may only be 9, but she's wise.
It celebrates how everyone has equality.
Beyond her years. But many know pride isn't as accepted in other areas of the country, making this parade even more impactful.
I think it's super important, especially now, with the way LGBTQ rights are under attack in this country.
To gather with family, some of whom are from out of town, to support and uplift each other.
This is our power in numbers.
Now, Porta says costs have increased. Insurance is up 20% this year from last. But she says attendance of the parade is higher than ever before and louder, too. In downtown Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.